Oh, how good the Lord is. It is another day, another year that our good Lord has made, and we are thankful, we're rejoicing, and certainly we are glad in it. Welcome to a deeper dive 2026 edition. Good to have you with us tonight. Come on, lock in. I know it's been a minute, but good to have you all tonight. Sister O, good to see you. Deacon Stevens, good to see you. All of you, come on, like, share, tag someone, invite someone into the diving area with us tonight. Always good to have our diving partner, Dr. Jazz. Good to see you as well. Someone is saying no sound. Do we not have sound? Can everybody hear us? I hope we got sound. Can you hear us, man of God? Good to see you, Pastor McCord. Um,
If
okay,
I
I
can
think
hear
we're
you,
good.
I can hear
Okay,
you.
we're good. All right. Sandra McLeod, good to see you. Pastor Brandon, man, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. Glad to be back. Glad to be back, man. Seems like it's been a little while, right?
Yeah, it's been a minute. Haven't died with you since last year, man. Haven't died with you since last year.
Right.
So since Peach says she can't hear us, I don't know. Everybody else can. So I guess she can't hear us to know she got to figure it out. Uh, listen, we are excited about this new year. Tessie Black, good to see you. We're so excited about this new year, man. The year for our church. 2025 was a year of growth, and 2026 is a year. Good to see you, Pamela Dawkins, to expect, expand, and evolve. Expect, expand, and evolve. This is the first time in my pastoral time at Zion that we've kind of dealt with a theme that's kind of threefold. Normally, it's kind of one focus, but for whatever reason, God gave me this three layers of a theme this year. These three words that just kept pressing in my spirit, and so we've made it a prayerful decision to take 4 quarters or 4 months of this year to kind of dive into these four pillars of our church this year. And we are dealing with, of course, expectation in this first quarter. But Pastor Brandon, I want to open up with this even before we get to our message, kind of leads us into it, man. Every year, most people come with fresh thoughts and ideas and vision planning, but I thought it was important for us this year to get into this posture or to get into this position of expectation. You play quarterback, and you know how difficult it is to throw a ball to a receiver that wasn't ready to catch
Yeah.
it.
It usually doesn't go well.
Right, right. I think every receiver once they get on the field, I'm sure you said it or you've heard a coach say it, whether the play is supposed to come to you or not.
Right.
You've got to always expect or anticipate that
Yeah.
the ball is coming to you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how important it is to get into that posture of expectation.
Man, I think it can make or break opportunities, right?
Mm,
Um, because, with the football analogy, you know, depending on who you are or where you are on the depth chart, man, you may not get many opportunities to catch a ball.
mm.
You may not get many opportunities to make a game winning play. So you got to always be ready for it, always be expecting it, because the time it does happen, you want to capitalize on that moment, right? You want to be able to, um, to say that I got one chance, but I did something with that one chance, right?
Mm.
I remember a few years ago, it was one of the Eli Manning Super Bowl. I think it was David Tyree, right? In the Super Bowl, he had the catch on the helmet.
Right.
We never even heard really much from that guy before that, and really not too much after that. But he's remembered because in the big game, he got an opportunity and he was ready for it, and he made an incredible catch, right?
Right.
So I think for us, man, when you talk about expectation, it's number one, it shows that you're serious about what you're trying to achieve or what you're trying to get to. Because it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to actually be expecting it. Because sometimes
Hmm.
people say things that they don't even expect is going to happen themselves. Like
They get a church answer. They
yeah, they get a
said,
church answer. They just kind of
yeah,
talking, but there's really no expectation. They really don't believe it's going to happen. So it says, a lot about, when you're in a posture of expectation, it says that, hey, I believe this is going to happen. I'm and I'm waiting for it. Um, so I think it's important for us, man, to when you talk about expectation, it's about seizing the moment when the moment comes, being ready for the moment when the moment comes. Because some opportunities, some doors don't stay open.
right,
They come open, but they don't stay open.
right,
And sometimes you got to be ready to walk through that open door, man. But if you are not expecting it, it'll catch you by surprise.
yeah,
Right. And that's what expectation is that, I'm putting myself in a place and in a posture where when what I'm asking God for, when it happens, I'm going to be ready for it.
absolutely, absolutely. I often said this, and some people may think of it as somewhat of an arrogant statement, but at some point, you got to say, God, it's not going to catch me by surprise with this one.
Mhm.
I was anticipating it. I was ready for it. May not necessarily know the form, but again, it's like the receiver. The quarterback shouldn't catch you by surprise.
Yeah.
You're on the field to catch the ball.
Yeah.
So you can't say, "Oh, I didn't know that blessing was going to come to me." No, I'm anticipating that this blessing is going to come to me, and I've got to be ready for that. And I wanted that to be, I wanted to start off with that because, again, I really do believe that faith helps us with that area of expectation, because you will not be prepared for something that you don't believe is going to happen.
Right.
And again, it's the defensive back. Some strategies from an offensive coordinator is to kind of lull the defensive back to sleep, right? Like, we ain't win his way all game.
Yeah.
And as soon as they see that defensive back can start to relax a little bit,
Yeah.
oh, it's time to go over the top,
Yeah.
because they went to sleep.
Yeah.
And this is not the season for us as children of God to go to sleep.
Yeah.
We've got to be ready, willing, and able, and anticipate that God is going to do, watch this, what we've asked him to do.
Right.
Remember now, most of this is about prayers being answered.
Hmm.
Yeah. Which leads us to our subject matter found in the book of Habakkuk. Um, and I really wrestled with this text. It seems like more of a traditional text for the new year, almost kind of cliches. And I really wrestled with this for a while, and God just wouldn't let me leave it alone. When Habakkuk tells us what the Lord said to him, which was to write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come to pass. And of course, the subject for Sunday was I'm expecting. I'm expecting. And I tried to have a little fun with it, and a lot of our members actually did what I requested. They just kind of put a blanket statement out there saying I'm expecting. And man, I got a couple of texts and inboxes about how, man, for some it was comical, but for other people it did not go well. They got chewed out, almost cussed, because the expectation was without context. But from a spiritual standpoint, when while the terminology may not be there, Habakkuk is saying write the vision and make it plain. And I think the results of that is we've got to get into this posture of expectation, because this is the month again. We got a lot of vision board parties and got a lot of this and a lot of that. And as you stated, we do all of that, but I think we should have an expectation party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we got vision parties, but we don't have an expectation party. We got to have what I call a baby shower for the vision. Right? Right? We got to have the baby shower for the vision. That's what the baby shower is in the natural. They have a shower before the baby comes. They're expecting a baby, and so the shower is to prepare or to help the parents to have what they need when the baby comes.
Right.
When was the last time we had a shower for our vision? When was the last time we started not just believing God for a house, but at least, if not physically or mentally, you've at least gone furniture shopping? You at least know what type of furniture you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Picturing it, visualizing.
Yeah. Visualizing it. That's what a vision is, right? You got to visualize it. And I know for people like yourself and I, we are visionaries, right? We visualize a lot. And I know for a lot of people that's difficult, but I promise you, we've got to become better with our vision. Hey, Dr. Clark, good to see you, man. Dr. Clark said something powerful the other day. I had to shout him out, man. Amazing man of God. We've got to be more visual with our faith. That faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And the way we get into this posture of expectation, I said it from the natural. Our first point of the message was we got to be willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
When a couple says they are expecting, that suggests that they have put in some work. The question I raised Sunday, are you ready to put in the work?
Yeah.
Are you ready to put in the work? From a natural perspective, you could pray for a baby all you want. It's not going to happen. It's only the only person that's ever had a baby without praying for it's not going to happen again. She ain't put in no work, and God bless her with a child. That's not happening no more.
Yeah.
So to get into this posture of expecting, we've got to be willing to put in the work that's required to expect. However, God gave me this revelation for the sermon that the work is not the work we think. The actual work of the text is really not physical but mental. Mm-hmm. I think we jump too far into working on things without doing this first step that Habakkuk teaches us, which I think a lot of times goes untalked about, if I could use that terminology, and that is to write the vision.
Yeah.
The work is in the writing. Yeah. The work is in the writing. The work is in the writing.
Yeah. And I think that's you don't get right to physically working on something. This is part one that we often kind of look over, or some people just haven't been taught to, or it's planning, right? It's planning. There's a chapter in a book that I read. It's called Extreme Ownership. It's written by two Navy SEALs. It's a leadership book, and one of the chapters in the book is titled "Plan and Execute." Right. And it's literally what it says. It talks about the importance of, number one, planning.
Right.
And then executing the plan that you spend time on. Right. And the idea is that you will not effectively execute if you don't plan. Right. You will, in this case, if you don't write it down, for one, like you said, you won't really know where you're trying to go or what you're trying to
Uh,
achieve. Or what typically happens is, believe it or not, people forget where they were going.
ah, yeah, yeah.
Right? When you think about your goals, and I mean, people will tell you stuff at the beginning of the year. Yeah, I want to do this year. I want to do this year,
Mm,
and then by like June, they don't even remember that they ever said that. They don't even remember
wow,
that that was a goal. They don't even
wow,
remember that. Yeah, I wanted to
wow,
achieve this year, and half the year is gone.
wow, wow.
So planning and executing, writing it down, doing the work, the mental work of thinking about it, writing it down helps you to remember what you said you want to do.
What you said you want to do, right?
Right?
Right.
What you said you want to do. It's accountability, right? And it helps you to stay on track,
Mm,
right? It helps you to stay on track.
I like that
That
clarity of the revelation. Yeah, we're not clear as to where we want to go, and we get so easily distracted, right?
mm,
We get and like and let's be honest. There will be some distractions. There will be some detours, right? When you're traveling, you encounter some detours. But knowing the destination helps you to get back on track.
yeah, yeah,
But if not, you would you will find yourself, just because life takes you on a detour, don't mean the detour needs to become your destination
yeah,
unless it's God's will. But so many times it's not even God that's detouring us. Man starts detouring us.
hmm,
And because we don't have things written down, we don't have a place where we can go back and say, you know what, I got away from that, but let me get back to my goal, because
yeah,
I get to write it down. I get to have it in front of me.
yeah. And it creates accountability for yourself, but it also is to share the vision. Like that was part of the point of this text.
Right,
Tell him to write it because this was not supposed to be a private vision. This wasn't just for him. It was something he wanted to be recorded so that
right,
others might see it.
right.
Right.
Yeah,
And
he says it in the text.
yeah. So sometime our writing things down isn't just for us to be made aware of it. It's for other people to be made aware of it.
Right.
Right. Accountability partners or whoever, right? Whoever might either it's for people that could contribute to it, but it's also for people who might distract you from it. Like they
Mm,
need to know what you're doing too and what you're trying to do. Because when they see it, when they know it, that might deter them from even coming your way
right,
because they know you ain't got time for whatever they trying to do. You know what I mean?
right.
So making it known helps you individually, but it also helps those who may see it. And I think we like you said, we kind of rush to the working part and then doing it and implementing. Planning for a lot of things is usually the most important part.
Yeah,
It's-
writing is part of the work. I remember, you know, as your father in the ministry, I remember you looking at my approach to preaching, and
mhm,
you're like, man, I'm still writing everything down, right?
mhm.
And I would often say, man, don't worry about it. At some point, you'll get there. You'll
Right.
get there. That's when you were doing manuscript preaching.
Yeah.
And what I would say to you is, it's not that I don't write it down. I just don't bring the manuscript to the pulpit.
To the pulpit. Right. Right.
No, I
Right.
yeah, and and I start showing you, just all types of stuff that I've been writing down all week, you
Right.
know, because writing is a part of the work. See, a lot of times when we see somebody, and just to stay in that preaching analogy, just because they don't have notes in front of them, don't mean they didn't write it down.
Write anything. Yeah. The reason, and I understand it now. All these years later, having been doing it for a while and taking on some of that approach, the writing is what helps you remember.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like, I can go to the pulpit now without notes or with minimal notes now because I wrote it.
Right. Because right. Right. Well, that's a whole nother subject. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. I'm not reading someone else's mail. I
right,
actually
right.
wrote it. Right.
Actually
Yeah.
wrote it, right.
Yeah. 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 But
So yeah,
writing is such a, that's just preacher talk for like, I ain't preaching nobody else's sermon. Right. But writing it down helps us to understand this is where I need to go, right? This is where I need to be. That I am understanding that I'm not going to allow I'm not going to allow what's happening to deter me or distract me because I got to stay in focus.
right.
I got to stay in focus. And I dealt with that. I dealt with that on Sunday. That if we don't write things down, this is what the vision does look like.
Yeah.
You don't know what to focus on, right?
Focus on, right.
You don't know what to focus on. If you in your car and the street looks like this, I pray you're not driving. I pray you're not driving. Because if your eyesight is showing you that, Lord, I do not want to be on the road with you. You don't know what to focus on. You got to get your eyes checked. And so at some point, we got to understand that the work is the writing. But not only does he say write the vision, he gives us explicit instructions about the work. He says, make it plain, man. Make it plain. And I think this is where I think a vague vision, and please, somebody don't get upset with this. To me, a vague vision can be considered a lack of faith. We the more detailed you are in things, the more particular it has to be, right? Um, and I believe that the faith is in the details. And what I mean by that is it's
Yeah.
it's the difference between God, give me a house, or God, I'm trusting you. I want a 5-bedroom, 3-car garage.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the faith for a 5-bedroom, 3-car garage, and all you say is, give me a house, then you could settle on just about anything.
Yeah. You're right.
And I think the vagueness causes people to settle in life because they were not specific. They didn't make it plain.
Yeah.
They were not detailed. You got to, in the NFL, there organizations, a lot of them looking for coaches. Well, it's a lot of coaches.
Right.
It's a lot of coaches. I don't just want a coach. What do you want in that coach? Make it plain.
See, because the ability to make something plain shows that you have a good understanding of it.
Yes.
Right. The ability to make something specific and get into the details of it shows that you've done the work or you've done the research to understand what it is. Right. If you go and present a business model to a bank or to someone, and you got all these vague ideas, and they're not going to give you anything. But you go
Right.
in there with details and you make it plain and you show exactly what you want to do and how much it's going to cost. And then it shows, you've done the work to understand or really understand what it is you're trying to do. Right. If someone is teaching, right? If someone is teaching or someone is even preaching, right? If the message is just vague, it could be about anything. It's like, man, you didn't study,
Right.
right? You didn't
You
study.
saw,
It's
yeah,
this vague message where it's like
you
you
just
said
spraying
something,
everywhere.
you didn't really get into the details of it. You just kind of floated over it. That showed that you didn't do the work to really understand what it is that you're talking about. So if you want something, then that requires you to research it, look into it, so that you know what it is that you want, right? So that you can explain and make plain what it is that you desire to have. And I would venture to say, man, that in some instances, blurred vision is worse than no vision,
Lord have mercy.
right? Because at least someone with no vision will, one, either not be driving, or two, they know how to rely on their other senses.
Ooh, that's a double splash.
But someone with blurred vision is trying, like they think they can see and they're trying to figure it out, and it could lead to disaster, right? Because they're that
Yeah,
in between, and rather than someone with no vision that's gonna either ask for help, or so in some instances, man, I think blurred vision is worse, and you got to do what you have to do to unblur those lines and unblur that vision for whatever it is that you want. When someone asks you what you're trying to achieve this year, you ought to be able to make it plain. You ought to
yeah,
be give the details, because you don't know who you're talking to. That person might be someone who can finance your dream, someone who may be able to sew into what you're trying to do. And if you just got this vague, idea, then that's showing them you haven't really done the work. You really don't know what it is. You have an idea of what you want to do, but you don't know what it really is going to take.
yeah. We like to. I think again. I think a lot of it is because we don't. If we generalize it, then it's like, well, I didn't really say an amount. I just want to lose weight.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of saying I want to lose 30 pounds. So just losing weight and you lose 2 pounds, well, I never said how much weight I wanted to lose.
Yeah, I lost weight. Right.
Right. I just lost weight. And I think that we've got to be more targeted with our goals. One of the things when I got home Sunday, one of the first things I did, and I thought about showing it tonight, and maybe I will. God, almost just what you said, God arrested me. Because again, you got to understand, as a preacher, the word is not just for you. It ministers to the person who's delivering it as well. And God said to me to be more detailed oriented with the goals for Zion this year. Be very specific as to what. Don't just say, I want growth. He had me to write down how many people.
Hmm.
That you see what I'm saying? Okay, you want to rate, you want increase, right? You want the budget of, okay, how much?
Right.
How much? Because again, as you said, you can't be afraid to say how much. It may be someone that can write that vision. It may be someone that can help you with that vision.
And if you don't make it plain, how do you know when you've reached it?
No, you reached it.
Like, if you got a vague, how do you know when
Right.
you've reached?
Just growth. Well, growth is one more member. We grew Sunday. By the way, another person joined our church without walking down the aisle. I don't know how that's working for us, but it's working.
Working pretty
So
well so far.
it's working really real so far. It's interesting how that's working. But anyway, so we just said growth, then that's growth.
Yeah.
Now we know we don't mean we just only want to add one more person, but if we're not making it plain, if we're just saying we want the church to grow, well, God has made us quota already. God
Right.
bless you.
Right.
We're done.
You ain't gonna say God didn't do it.
Yeah. Now God said, okay now, give me something harder to do.
Yeah.
Because again, it puts the pressure not just on you or God, because the Bible says that he may run who reads it.
Hmm.
Somebody may want to catch that vision and run with it. If
Yeah.
they see, okay, this is, he want to raise that kind of money. Man, let me step up my giving a little bit. It helps us to get to where we desire to go, because let's be honest, internally, most times we actually have a target.
Hmm. Right.
Most times when we say we lose weight, we kind of know how much weight we want to lose internally. But we got to learn how to take it from internal to external. by making it plain and not be afraid. We said on our prayer line, I believe it was Sister Jones was on here tonight. Sister Jones, I challenged her. We're praying for a job, absolutely, but we're going to also say, I want a job by this date.
Yeah.
I want this type of car. I want to make this amount of money. See, God is not afraid of our goals. Make it plain.
Yeah.
Because if you know you want a job before March, then don't just say, God, give me a job. And he said, well, I gave it to you in December. Well, I wanted it in March. Well, you didn't say that. Make it plain. I think most relationships get mucky because people are not making it plain.
Yeah.
Make it plain.
Yeah. Be clear.
Be clear. It's like going to a restaurant. You don't just say, bring me something to eat.
Right.
I want a steak. Okay, there's a whole lot of ways to make a steak. Well, maybe you shouldn't talk about steak right now on the fast.
I know, right?
So, water. How you want your water? You want water with ice in it? You want it room temperature? You want it chill? I don't want nobody to slip up on Deeper Dive. He said steak, and they thought they heard fast was over in the Holy Ghost. Yes, be clear about your mate. Be clear about your spouse. Be clear about the person you want to be with. Not just, I want a boyfriend. I just want a man. No, be clear. I just want this. Be very clear. Write the vision, make it plain. That's why I say the work is the work. It's not physical. This is mental.
But there's something else, man. There's something else in this that we cannot miss, because it's not just be clear, but it's also be consistent and be confident. Because notice it says to write it on.
I like that.
Notice it says to write it on tablets. In this time, the tablet would have been, it ain't no iPad, right?
Wow.
They would etch words and letters into hard clay and stone, metal and wood, which means once you wrote it, it was indefinite. That was it.
That's good.
Right? That means it was permanent. So when you write something, when you're writing out your vision, when you're writing out what it is that you are trying to do, you got to be consistent with it, because once you say it, that's it. Once you put it on a tablet, you ain't no eraser.
Right.
Eraser. You can't go back on it. No, this was permanent. He says, no, write it on tablet. Write it on a tablet. Etch it in stone. Pretty much.
Can't go back from it. Can't change your mind.
Can't change your mind. So you're gonna write it, but you're gonna be consistent. You're gonna be clear, but you got to be consistent, because once you say it, once you write it down, you need to follow through with it, because this. I
like that. We got a whole sermon, man, because Sister Veronica say confident. So we got to be clear, be consistent, be confident, and because we wrote it on concrete. Well, y'all are preaching. Y'all are preaching in Deeper Dive tonight. Y'all got a whole new sermon. If we write it in concrete, we got to be clear.
Yeah.
Be consistent and be confident. I like that.
It's permanent, man.
Like the church may say, amen.
That's it.
Yeah. The consistency is the key. Somebody, Tanisha said, in our tithing, in our giving, in what we do. I think the church, the downfall of most churches is consistency. Mm-hmm. We have these ebbs and flows, whether it's in attendance, whether it's in giving, whether it's in participation, these ebbs and flows, right? And we need consistency. That consistency is what creates that continuity.
Yeah.
And that's how things get flowing. We got to maintain our consistency in life. Because I think that there's something we always like to make it seem like we got to tear down everything and always start from scratch every new year.
Yeah.
I don't think that's always the case.
It's not.
You know, you don't have to start from scratch. There's some things I carry over.
Yeah, just build on what you've
I
already.
build on. Like I would be on, wife 25 if I just was able to just start from scratch every year. So, some things. So my vision for my life didn't change because it's still consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times it's difficult to be in a relationship or line with somebody or something that's not consistent.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the things too, man, that I was thinking about as it relate to this text, man, is that it's important the consistency of it, and really setting your visions and your plans in stone is important, because you moved on to the next part of the text where it says, so that those who read it may run with it. Those who run, who reads it, he may run who reads it. And if you're not consistent, you don't know when the readers and the runners are coming.
Mm,
What do I mean? If you give up on it in March,
mm.
but the readers and the runners, the Lord had them prepared to come in September,
Ooh,
and you missed the whole window because you gave up on it too soon.
ooh.
So it's important that you're consistent with it, because you don't know when the help is coming.
Lord have mercy. Boy, that's challenging right there.
You don't know when the help is coming, and that's why it
That sounds
says
like you saying we got to remain faithful.
got to remain faithful. Because if he's saying,
Oh
if
Jesus.
you wrote it
Oh God.
and you made
Oh
it plain,
God.
right, and you wrote it on what you were supposed to write on, you wrote it on the tablet. That means, see, the great thing about writing it on the tablet was, see, archaeologists are still uncovering things that were wrote on tablets from thousands of years ago today. Today,
Mm.
no matter what weather came, no matter what storms came, no matter what dust or what dirt came, you can still see the stuff that was etched in stone. You don't know when the time is going to come that the readers and the runners are going to come. So you got to remain faithful until they come. Until it
And now I'm thinking about this. You talk about tablets, and I say this a lot in messages. I often think about those recipes, right? What's the difference between a KFC or your grandmama's cooking? Well, the recipe in KFC or these others, it remained the same because it's on it's on a tablet.
yeah, everybody's following the same.
Grandma died with the recipe. She didn't write it on the tablet.
Write it down. Yeah, it died
So
with her.
now the next generation trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
Oh, it tastes like it. Oh, it's close. You close.
right, right.
So that that sweet potato pie don't taste the same no more
Yeah,
because the recipe wasn't on the tablet.
on a tablet. On a tablet. It's
We
nothing.
got to learn how to put what God put in us on the tablet.
Yeah,
That's documentation. That's the work. Again, the work is in the writing. We don't like to document nothing. Heck, when our loved ones die, we don't know what nothing is. We don't document anything.
right.
That I think that's a problem in our community. That's why there's no consistency. Write the vision, make it plain. But God gave me a question because these are three questions that I raised. And it really started from verse 2 when Rebecca said, "The Lord said this unto me." And I asked the question dealing with expectancy: is your womb ready?
Mm.
And when I thought about expectancy, when I thought about Pastor Brandon, us as preachers, we plant seeds. The seed of God's word, the Bible says, the seed is the word of God. And we plant the seeds into the hearts and the minds of the people, the question that has to be asked is, are they ready to receive it? Your womb, your faith has to be ready. The work from a, from a natural perspective, the work that it takes to create a child, that seed goes into a womb. That womb has to be ready to receive it. And too many people come to church every Sunday and they're not able to carry the word with them.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of pastors say this, and I've said it as well. Some of the toughest moment of the church service is always the benediction. Because we are unclear if the people of God are going to carry this word with them when they leave this place.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
that's essential.
yeah. And I think, man, as it relates to this, man, is only this comes down to our personal preparations, right? Like you have to get yourself ready for what you're expecting.
Yes.
Like you have to get yourself ready for that. Sometimes, it's like we're waiting for somebody else to do it or waiting like no, you know what you're expecting. You have to get yourself ready for that, right? As it relates to going to church, you have to get yourself prepared for what you're going to receive at church. No one else can do that for you.
Yeah.
Right? Like how you wake up, how you drive the church, like for some people they're not praying until they get to church. They're not worshiping until they get to church. It's like, well, what, you've been up for 2 hours. Like the preparations that you have to come in ready.
Right.
Enter his gates with thanksgiving.
Right.
Right. But that's personal preparation. A lot of times we're waiting for the praise and worship leader or the pastor to get us ready. No, that's the seed coming forward. You were supposed to
Right.
be ready before
Right.
that.
Right. Got to be ready before that.
Be ready before that. And that's why some the spirit and and the word is not able to be carried is because we didn't come in ready.
Right. They didn't even, yeah, some people don't even catch it, man. Some people don't even catch it. It's twofold. I said in the message, it's twofold. The womb play is twofold. The womb catches the word and carry it. It's twofold. What you're saying is some people don't even come in a position ready to catch it. It goes back to our first analogy. The reason why you didn't catch the ball is because you wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
It's hard to catch a pass you wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
But once you catch it, if I throw you the ball in stride, I don't expect you to hit the ground.
Right.
You got to carry that thing to the end zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what the womb's responsibility from a natural perspective is to catch that seed and carry it to the term of the pregnancy. And such is the case of the spiritual, that we've got to come ready to receive.
Yeah.
Ready to receive. We come with that expectation, ready to receive, and then ready to carry that word out into our everyday walk with life. Carry it out so that we can share it, so that we can implement it in our own lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to, that's why, deeper dive is important. That's why personal preparation is important. That's why setting the atmosphere, the mood when you get in your car, coming to church on Sunday is important.
Mm-hmm.
You've been listening to God knows what all week, and the first time you hear Jesus' name is when you walk into church late.
Right.
How you gonna catch what God trying to?
Because some people come to church, praise and worship done.
Right. Right.
That's also a time of, if you weren't already prepared, you got a couple more minutes to get even more prepared.
Right.
To catch the word. But if you come
Right.
in and the pastor's standing up to preach, then
right. By the time you get ready to catch it, it's over.
Yeah, your mind not even set.
Right. You got to declutter all this. You got to do all this and do all that. You got to fix your face and get out your mood, get out your feelings. It took you 30 minutes. We opening doors of the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got the nerve to say, I ain't getting nothing out the service today.
Yeah, you weren't ready.
You weren't ready.
Weren't ready. I think I was telling you, there's a church over in Texas, that, man, you get there hour before and you might get a seat in the balcony.
Yeah. Will Avenue. Yeah, you get that hour early.
You get that
There's
hour
a line.
Early. You get that hour early, you may get a seat in the balcony.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hour early is the balcony seat.
People are already in the sanctuary. They're already in their seat an hour before.
Yeah.
So
their doors open
at an hour before the service. Of course, once the service start. I mean, it's like a helicopter. That thing ain't got to warm up or nothing. They've been in there for an hour.
Right.
right. They've been in the presence. They've been in the sanctuary for an hour already.
Yeah.
So a lot, to my original point, a lot of it is personal preparation, right? You have to prepare your womb, so to speak, to be ready for what you get out of a Sunday or what you get from God. Like you have to be prepared for that. I mean, this fast has so many things that we're on. This fast has so many purposes, right? But imagine spiritually and even physically preparing ourselves for the anointing service that's gonna basically end our fast. Imagine 21 days of spiritual preparation. What that should be like.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're doing it right.
If you're doing it right. Yeah.
So it is personal preparation. We cannot be waiting for other people to prepare us or to get us where we need to be ready for what we're asking God for. We got to do our part in personally preparing ourselves. And that's with anything we want to achieve. Right. We got to prepare ourselves first for what we want to receive to show that we're going to be ready for it.
Yeah. Man, I didn't think it was a coincidence. One of the things that I wrote on my vision for the church, and I'll share it Sunday, is, I received a call about it today. And I wasn't expecting to receive the call about it today, but I received a call about it today. And it was a sign to God, like, okay, I hear you. You wrote it. So start getting ready for it. I'm showing you that I got the vision is yet come to pass, which kind of leads us to the latter part of the text is but I mentioned in Genesis, I talked about this, how Sarah laughed at something that she wanted because she felt that she wasn't ready for it. She was outside of the carrying season, right? She wanted a child, but she didn't feel that she was ready for it. And a lot of times, as you said when we opened up, a lot of the stuff we be praying about, if we're honest with ourselves, we're not ready for. Now, verse 3 really kind of, I don't have time to unpack verse 3, but for the vision is for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak and not lie. That this verse 3 is such a loaded verse, because it says, though it tarries, wait on it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Every time I read that, my mind just gets blown away, because it's a whole lot of waiting. It's a whole lot of saying it's going to come. It's a whole lot of It may be slow, but it's not going to be. It's just a lot. And the question really boils down to: are you ready to wait? Are you willing to wait for it?
Yeah.
You wrote it in stone, so again, something that's written in stone can't be erased.
Yeah.
It's in concrete, so you're just staring at it.
Yeah.
But it's for a particular time.
Yeah.
The question is, can we trust God's timing?
Right. Because this text, man, it's essentially saying, one, the time has already been decided upon. Right? It's an appointed time. Right? It's an appointed time. So that the time, God knows the beginning from the end, and He already knows when He's gonna do what He's gonna do. So it's for an appointed time. So a lot of times we're wondering when it's going to happen, or we want to know when it's going to happen. But we gotta like kind of rest in the fact that God already knows the when. So that's one. Right? It's already an appointed time. That means He has selected the time already.
Lord have mercy.
There's assurance in that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So it's not like you don't know the date, but there is a date.
Right.
Right. So we got to rest in that assurance. Like, okay, I don't know it, but somebody does. Like at least there is a date. You know how people can tell you, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this for you. Okay, when? I'll let you know. See, no. That's different than when you're doing this. Oh yeah, I had it done for you in 2 weeks.
Right.
There's a difference there because you got something to look forward to. You know that a date has been selected, and this contradiction, if you will, in this text is what really stands out, man. Though it tarries, wait for it. It will not tarry. It's like, well, wait, which one is it? Right?
Right.
And I think that really shows us, a paradox or really the difference between timelines for us versus timelines for God.
Absolutely.
Right? Where it's in our human perspective, things seem slow.
Right.
In God's perspective, it's right at His appointment.
It's right on time. It's right on time.
So that's why
it seems like it's slow.
Yeah, it tarries for
slow.
you.
Right.
It tarries for you because how you see time.
Right.
But for God, it's right on time. So it seems slow, but it's right. It's at an appointed time. Don't worry about how long it's taken. The time has already been selected.
So that means the only way to abort that is to push away from it, to abandon it, to abort it. Similar to that baby, right? To abort it. It's two types of ways you can lose a baby. You can miscarry or you can abort it.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, if we're honest, we probably have been guilty of both.
Yeah.
There's some promises we miscarried because we were not ready to carry it. We prayed about it, but we weren't ready. And then there's just some things we aborted because of lack of patience.
Yeah. One of the things I like about this text, man, is that where it says here in the middle of this verse, it says, but at the end, it will speak and will not lie.
Won't lie.
The thing I really like about this is that the results will speak for themselves.
It won't lie.
Right? It doesn't say you will speak. It says it will speak. The vision.
I like
the vision. The vision is what we're talking about.
I like it.
It doesn't say you gonna. It says it will speak.
I like it.
Sometimes the vision will announce itself. The whatever you do will announce itself.
The pregnancy announces itself at some point.
It announces itself.
It announces itself.
It said in the end it will speak. You don't have you don't have to say. Sometimes you ain't gotta say nothing.
The I'm expecting is a courtesy. It's a courtesy Because at some point, I'm not going to have to announce it. It's going to be obvious.
It's gonna be obvious.
I'm really giving you a preview.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the results can't lie.
Right. Right. Yeah. You know, I really, because I'm really announcing it because I don't have to hide it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to hide it. I'm not 16 years old. I don't have to hide the fact that I'm expecting. That's a whole nother word. Be careful hanging around people where you got to hide that you're expecting.
Yeah.
Because at some point it's gonna speak.
Mm-hmm.
You could lie and say you're not pregnant, but if you're pregnant, at some point it's gonna speak for itself.
Right.
Y'all ain't ready for that late. That's the last splash. We know a lot of teenagers have tried to hide it, lie. They don't even realize.
Yeah.
Okay, you say you ain't pregnant 6 months later. At some point, you're going to have to change that story because it's going to speak.
Yeah, it goes from expecting, and at some point, it's going to expand.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. Right.
It's going to show.
Right. And you will evolve. And so you certainly will.
Your whole life is going to evolve.
Your whole life is going to evolve. Yeah, because something is evolving in you. Yeah. So we just connected the whole year in one sentence, right? But that's man, that's so pressing that you said that at some point you don't have to go around trying to prove that God has his hands on you.
Right.
At some point it'll speak for itself.
Right. Yep.
There are passages of scriptures that say, and you will know that I am God. Because at some point it's going to be obvious.
Right.
That can't nobody do that except he be of God.
Yeah. No, man, it's the absolute truth, man. And you just have to walk in what God has called you to walk in and not even worry about, talking, announcing it. I'm not saying don't put things out there, but there's some things where you don't have to try to get in the door. Like it will announce itself where you will be asked to come in the door.
Yeah.
Like it's just some things is not for you to, to put yourself into. God wants to put you in it. Right. It in the end, it will speak. It will not lie.
Speak. It won't lie.
A pastor recently, some months ago, invited me to preach, and we had never even had a conversation prior to him inviting me to preach. And once it was done, I was like, man, I'm like, I appreciate the invite, man. We never have really met, never really talked or anything like that. I appreciate you, wanting me to come. And he was like, and he said to me, your work speak for itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what he said. He says, your work, your preaching speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So you don't have to try to get yourself into doors. God will
it'll speak, man.
Your work will speak. Just do what God is telling you to do. Just be faithful over what God is telling you to be faithful over. And the things that you write, the things that you expect, people will be calling you for them to be fulfilled.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the challenge for everybody who's listening, whether you're connected to Zion or not. If you're listening to this, God has you listening to this for a reason. Write it down. Make it plain. I'm telling you, we're gonna spend a little portion of the service making the vision plain. We're gonna make it plain. And at some point, my plainness can't be offensive. This ain't the season for scary cats, man. I don't want to have to hide because people scared. This is big face season. This is what we desire. Make it plain. That word you said got to me, man. Make it plain. There may be someone that can help you with it. Just be plain. Don't try to hide it. It doesn't. God is not afraid of your big vision. Because what's big to us is still small with God. I think you're on mute. Oh, there we go. Go ahead.
I'm saying say what you need.
Just say right.
Right? Say sometimes we shy away because we think the person we're talking to don't got it. But maybe they don't. Maybe they do. But you never gonna find out if you don't say what you need.
Say what you need. Don't
Say what you need. There are people. I was talking to someone the other day, and I won't say any names.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to someone the other day who was in a room where the casual conversation was about millions of dollars.
Just casual.
Just casual.
Mm-hmm.
Just casual.
Mm-hmm.
I go, yeah, that did took $2 million and did this, got a return of this, and then casual conversation. No one in there, probably but the person that was telling me, was afraid of the word millions. It was
Woo! Lord have mercy.
You know what I'm saying? So
that blessed me, y'all. If that ain't blessed y'all, that blessed me.
It all depends on what's the caliber of the room you're in, or who you're talking to. But if you're scared to tell somebody you need a couple thousand,
Lord have mercy.
When there's people in rooms talking about millions casually, last I checked, God was God over the 1,000 and a million. So say what you need. Say what you need.
God, I'm finna go. I'm glad I didn't show it tonight, because now you just challenged me to be even more specific.
Yeah. Don't verbalize what you think people can do. Verbalize what you need. Verbalize what you need God to do.
Yes, that's a good word.
And then whoever God is going to use to do it, then He'll use it. It's not about,
because it may not be the person in the room.
It may not be the person in the room. Don't speak what you need people to do. Speak what you need God to do. So anybody
that's an applause. That's a applause.
You know, we get there and say, "Wait, we need $10 million." What up? Anybody in the room? Okay, that scares you. That may scare some people in the room, but guess what? If you ain't got the 10 million to give, it wasn't for you.
It wasn't for you. It might be for somebody to hear it, to carry it to somebody who wasn't in the room.
Thank you. Thank you.
It says they could carry it. You could see. Oh man, I wish we wasn't out of time, because we have to learn how not to be so offensive. Maybe God wanted you to hear it because He wanted you to carry it to somebody. We so busy turning it down or turning it off because we're saying we can't do it. And it's always about money. Maybe you can't cook, but you know somebody who can. Has somebody ever asked you about, hey man, can you do this? You'd be like, no, but I know somebody.
Right.
So we got to stop being offended because we can't do something. Maybe God wanted you to hear it so that you can connect the dots. Hey, so-and-so need this. Can you help them?
I've had that happen countless times in both directions.
Right.
Many times.
That's liberating for me. You know, because as pastor, you man, this might be offended. Oh, they want to no. Man, I'm out that season. This is what we need.
This is what we need.
This is what we desire. This is what we desire. Here's what we need and why we need it.
Because I may not be asking you to do it. I'm asking you to do what you can. I'm telling you what I need God to do. I'm telling you what I need God to do.
Right. Right. And one thing about God, He uses who He want to use.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you get so caught up in saying, I just don't want to, but then you blocking your own blessing. Absolutely, man. So yeah. So Sunday, be ready, Zion. I'm glad I didn't show it tonight because I'm telling you, I'm glad I didn't show it tonight because I think that's a word for our ministry. When we talk about position to prosper, man, yeah, networking. That whole networking piece, even in the kingdom, even as Christians, man, when you hear a vision, I think it's two questions. We're gonna let y'all go. It's two questions you should ask. Can I help? And do I know somebody else who can help?
Mm-hmm.
How can I help? If it's $1 million, I don't have $1 million, I got 100. Fine. I'm just throwing out numbers. Okay, who do I know that can help?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two questions we need to ask. How can I help? And who else do I know that can help?
Yeah.
And if we ask those questions, even at Zion, there's nothing God won't be able to do.
Yeah. I like that. Look, give me the net and I will work.
Yeah. How can I help? Let me do my part. Let me get somebody else that can do this part with me.
Yeah.
And before you say that, that's the Bible. He said, write the vision. Whoever could read it, whoever reads it can run with it.
Yeah.
Everybody runs their leg of the race.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what that particular part of text is talking about. It's talking about someone.
We got to sugarcoat it. We ain't got
the message and running with it. That's what.
Right. We don't have to sugarcoat it. We don't have to downplay it. Mm-hmm. This is it. Mm-hmm. I told the people of God, we are praying. I said on the prayer line, so I can say that part. We are praying for God to give us what we need as far as a house of our own. Yeah, unapologetically.
Permanent facility.
Permanent facility. We are, it's obvious we can't go back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what we praying for. Yeah. I was talking to somebody today, and they're kind of like us, displaced. I was talking to one of the members of the church that displaced, and they said, "Oh yeah, we looking at a school. We see schools that are closing. We're looking at a school, a whole school, and it's a new church. They just got started. They looking at a school,
right?"
I say, "Shoot, God, I'm shoot."
Oh yeah.
My church 83 years old. They could look for a school. If they could get a school, they could get a building. We can get a building. They God ain't no bigger than mine. Right division. Whose hand? Who got a building for us? Who building? Who's in a building that's too small? That's too big for them? Lord, show it to us. Absolutely. It could be a church right now in a building that's way too big for them. They don't know what to do with it. What God could do for others, he could do for you. Write the vision and make it plain. Man, we're excited. I wanted to talk about how y'all was doing on the fast. We'll talk about that next week. Some of the stuff y'all eating and cooking. I'm eating these grapes right now, drinking this water. But I'm excited about what we've been doing here at Zion, man. This is your opportunity to put seed in the ground. As always, it's never a bad time to put seed in the ground. We are on our prayer line every day. Monday through Saturday, during these 21 days. We invite you to join us. We have obviously had so many new faces and people on our prayer line. We're excited about that. So we're going to be on tomorrow, every day this week at 6:30. We're going to be on our prayer line. So we invite you to join us, man. Saturday, we're going to be on at 9:00. But we invite you to join us tomorrow on our prayer line. It's 21 days of expectation. I'm expecting God to move. Listen, Zion, we didn't announce it Sunday, but we need you to bring your oil. We're getting ready to start prepping our oil for our anointing service. Start bringing your oil this Sunday, so we can make sure that everybody is probably going to be the most oil we've ever passed out. since we've been doing this. So we need your help. We need everybody. You're listening to me right now. Bring some oil, olive oil. And don't bring the big gallon oil. Don't bring the little personal oil. We need a lot of it because we got work to do. Man, any closing remarks as we close out tonight? This is our first deeper dive of 2026. So we're a little longer tonight. But I pray that this word was a blessing to you.
No, man, I pray everyone really digest this word, man, and just really go through this year expecting, man. Really, really expecting, not just saying it, but expecting it, and then being ready for what you are expecting, right? Because God's not going to give you something you're not ready for. So I think that's just for all of us, man. Expecting, but then being ready for it is how we really need to go about this year. And I think if we do that, God is going to blow our mind this year. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hear about James Walker. Wow, man. James Walker. Blessed. It's a blessed memory now, man. Somebody connected through Brother James Walker, one of our virtual members who passed away a couple of months ago. Good to have you, Sister Rhonda OG. I've been noticing that name showing up quite frequently. Glad to make that connection. We love to have you. Thank you for being a part. See what it's like. Somebody who planted a seed and now that seed is still connected to us. So listen, again, may God continue to bless you and keep you is our prayer. We're going to give you part 2 of this message. Going to be a little different from me, a different approach of preaching, but I think it's going to bless your life. Consider it part 2 of this. I'm expecting, and I am expecting God to do something amazing, something that will make our move, as you said, not lie. God's not gonna lie. And so this next move is God gonna add value, more value to God telling us to move. So be on the lookout for that. We are expecting God to do something amazing that's gonna blow our mind in this season. I'm ready for it. So don't be surprised when it happens. Get your shouting shoes on because I'm trusting and believing it's gonna come to pass. We will see you next time. To see you tomorrow on our prayer line. God bless you. God keep you is our prayer. Be blessed.